Well, hey guys, Long Haul Larry. This is going to be out of a sequence a little bit. The last video you guys saw from me, I was out flying to Maryland to do some work. I've been there, I've done that, I worked on trailers, I worked on trucks, messed around and stuff, and then I had a theft of an iPad, and that's how I do all my editing and all this other stuff. And whatever, I've been working on that, but then I've been home and my brother actually came up. We got a whole bunch of snow up here, and I've been up here snowing with snowmobile with my brother a couple days ago, and it was actually 3 days ago, and we were out in the woods way out deep with the snowmobile, and you might see some black and blue here and stuff and some cuts on my lips. I nailed a tree branch. I came up over this hill with the snowmobile, and when I came down, a tree was right there, a branch sticking out, and it caught the bottom of my helmet, went up and just hit my mouth, and there was a lot of blood and stuff, but everything's fine. But while I was out there in the woods, I lost my phone. So I have been without a phone, without my iPad. I think I got it all figured out, and as I've been signing into my accounts and stuff, it seems like some of the videos are coming, that some of the stuff is still available, that I'm still in it. So I'll be able to see what I can put together for videos and that stuff. I think someone, who knows, it lost it. I don't have the cloud, because the amount of videos and pictures that I take and stuff would be astronomical cost if I had the cloud. Everything goes to the cloud, so I don't have that. But I think I am able to recover some of it. So we'll see how that works out. But this is going to be a little out of sequence. But I am in the UP, and I will be going back to Maryland to do some work. The boss is asking me what timetable, what kind of things we're looking at, to maybe get me back out to do a couple more things. But something just arrived in the mail that I have been on order for 8 months. This has been on, I think, 8, maybe even 9 months that I have been ordered this and been waiting for it. And people have been up in arms on the internet. People have been talking about it and everything. This is that StarLink. And I've had a lot of people in comments and stuff in the past. I've talked about the internet here and how it's not the greatest, but we try to make it work. And people always make, some people say HughesNet. Okay, I've had HughesNet. Don't ever get HughesNet. You can't even open an email with HughesNet. Okay, that's the most horrible ever. But I've heard some really good things about the StarLink. This is a new deal, and they're like, get StarLink. I've had this thing on order for 8 to 9 months. And there's been people online that have been yelling and screaming, because when you sign up for it, it says, yeah, we're going to expand and all this stuff, and we're going to expand in your area, but you have to pay $100 down, and that'll put you on the list. And when we expand in your area, then we'll send you an email saying you owe us for the kit, which is another $482, and then we'll ship it out to you. I did this and waited forever, and so did a lot of other people. And it's been sitting around, and they never contact you. There's no customer service. You can't call them. You can't send them an email. You can't do anything. And a lot of people are putting out things that they wanted their $100 back. They're not going to do it. It's that Elon Musk guy, that guy that's shooting up into space and the rocket and all that stuff. And they're like, I want my $100 back. I'm not hearing anything. Nothing's going on. And Tracy actually said to me, maybe you should try to get your money back. And I said, well, maybe everybody else will jump out of line, and that'll put me further up in the line. There's really nothing I can do up here where I live. I'm way, way, way up here in the top of Upper Michigan. I'm out here in the middle of the woods. The nearest town would be Calumet, Michigan, and I'm about 7 miles out in the woods from there. So internet is not a really good choice. I have put in a cell phone booster, which has helped incredible. That has actually made it work here. And for internet, because like Tracy, she works from home and stuff, we actually use this. This is an AT&T box. And actually up here, some spots in Verizon works good, some spots AT&T works good. But the problem with AT&T is overages. That's why I have Verizon on all my stuff, because it's unlimited, true unlimited. And with the YouTube and stuff, I use a lot of data. But we have been using this, and it works okay. But the problem is that Tracy uses this for her work, and I can't have a TV going. I can't play on my PlayStation, or I can't have my phones connected to it, because it will slow down her when she has meetings and other things. So this is supposed to be the top dog. This is supposed to be just super high speed internet, uncapped. You can use as much as you want. supposed to be able to get this basically anywhere in the world. And so I've been waiting and waiting, and I finally got an email about a month ago saying, your kit is ready for you, you need to pay it. And if you don't pay it within like a certain number of days, you lose your spot in line. And I paid it right away, and then I sat around for weeks and weeks and weeks and nothing happening. And I finally got an email. I would click in and look on it in my account to see what's going on. And about a week ago, it said, it kept saying pending on the kit. It kept saying pending. And I turned around and I logged in last week, about the end of last week, and it says shipped. And I was like, what? And I clicked on it, sure enough, it said FedEx was shipping it. I was out running around getting my phone. I came home and this was in my door. So pretty cool. So I'm going to be installing this and we're going to see what it does. I'm going to tell you, I've seen numbers of speed that is just incredible, and it's unlimited. So we're going to see how it works. But I thought I would show you guys. Right now I am connected to this AT&T box through Wi-Fi in my phone. And on my phone here, I'm going to do a speed test. So I'm running a speed test now. And these are pretty good numbers. The problem is that unlike weekends when a lot of people come up here, these numbers really come down low. But it's trying to pinpoint a number. All right, it came out with 8.7 MBS, whatever that is. That's your speed or whatever. And the upload is not too bad. It's usually about a 3 or so. These are actually pretty high numbers for the AT&T box. And this is what the TV runs off of my PlayStation, Tracy's work. So that's not too bad. I'm not going to sit around and wait for it. Sometimes it takes forever, but you can see it's about a 6.0 for an upload. So now I am going to turn off the Wi-Fi and actually just use, I'm going to stop this one. There we go. And I'm going to do it just off the cellular signal, just off the Verizon. Now you can see the speeds are a lot bigger. I've shown this in the past. And it's the same thing. It's pretty high numbers. I came out with 41.9 upload, 18.8 seems to be what it's at. And those are pretty high. Same thing on the weekends and stuff when we get a lot of tourists and stuff. This is all tourists up here. But on the weekends when a lot of people come up here, those numbers will drop. You know, a lot of people bombard the area and it seems like it drops. This is not supposed to do anything. And I've actually watched a YouTube video of a guy in the middle of the desert in Arizona, like hundreds of miles away from any civilization, out in the middle of the desert in his camper. And he had this thing and he did a speed test. It was like 300 and something MPS. That's crazy. So basically what we're going to do is take a look and see what in the box. Now, I think that I'm going to need some accessories. I think that I'm going to need some kind of mounting kit and stuff, and I may need some cables. I'm not really sure, guys. Bottom of the box was kind of all smooshed out. It looks like it's been sitting in snow or something, which is not unheard of up here, right? Oh! Let's see if we can tip it without all falling out. Okay? So we get a big white piece of paper with their star, what's it called, SpaceX symbol on there. This guy, Elon Musk or whatever, he's the one that shoots. Oops, everything's falling out. Okay, so we do get a bunch of cable. So it's packaging, it's an X. Now, this is a base, and when I saw it on there, it shows this base. Now, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with this because I believe it has to be mounted outside. And with all the snow here, I'm going to have to get it up off the roof, like 5 feet at least, to make sure that it's not getting, you know, blown over with snow. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. So I guess this is the satellite, another piece of paper. I guess these are my instructions. And it shows on here that I can go onto some app or something like that, and it's going to help me install it. But this seems to be the piece that's going to be facing up into the sky to receive from the satellites, I guess, right? Somehow, this has a cord. Okay, it does unplug. Okay, there it is. Because I ordered an extra cord. I guess that doesn't unplug. I ordered a 75-foot cord because I don't know what's going to happen. It really does. There's no customer support. There's nobody to call to get information. I just didn't bother with anything. I just said, you know what? Just get it to me. But I did go online and look at some accessories, and there was a 75-foot accessory or cord, extension cord, and I ordered that. I also ordered a pole mount thing, and I believe that it's going to go snap into here so that I can mount this up on like a roof mount or something. And because this isn't going to work. I mean, I can mount it up on my roof, but it's just going to get covered with snow. That's just not going to happen. So it needs to be on a pole up higher. And but so in that stuff there, when I went on, it said it wasn't available until like March 1st, and I didn't want anything to be held up, so I'll figure something out, some way to mount it. I can figure that out. But then I guess this is the router, and this here comes into the house, and then this makes a router and it provides Wi-Fi throughout the house. I actually did order another part too, which will be like March, I guess. But that part, actually, I think the cord plugs into it, and then you can plug in an Ethernet cord into it. So you can plug a computer directly into it, which is what Tracy needs. She can work off the Wi-Fi, but we'll see what happens. So I guess that's all you get. And then some piece of paper. Something about notices and, I don't know, instructions and stuff. I don't know. Who knows? So I am going to try to get this thing up and running. I guess it's working because they said that when I paid the kit, that started my billing cycle. So I've actually, I think it's been a couple weeks, if I remember correctly, since I paid for this kit. So it actually is probably my next billing cycle is going to come up before I even turn the thing on. Well, guys, we have it mounted up on the roof. And we got the dish up there, and I'll show you guys a picture of it. I have it actually mounted right next to my cell phone booster, which works awesome. And got everything all connected, and I actually have the app up there all updated and everything. And you can see here I have it named the Fairy House. And you can see it's all online here and everything, and it goes all through this stuff. But I thought it'd be cool. I'm going to show you guys a speed test on here. So if we click on here and hit speed test, she comes up and it starts ramping up and checking the speeds and everything else. And looks like right now it's going to top out somewhere about 167. And it does a couple different tests on here, you'll see. Upload is 20. I don't know what it is, 20 something. It changed up to this one. Now this is the router. This is the speed test of the router that it's receiving. And it seems to be higher. So it looks like 153, is that what that came out to be? Okay, and then here is the iPhone to the router. Look at these numbers. 450, 406, 470 Mbps, 520, and looks like 200 and something for upload speed. So those are some pretty crazy numbers. I mean, you gotta remember, we're going off of using an AT&T box, a little home base thing, and we were lucky if we got 12. that was great. But you can see here we came out at 520 Mbps, and for upload it was 272. I don't know what all the different things is. This is router and internet. It's 153 to 11, and the phone to the internet or something is 163 and 25 upload. So there we go. So now, if I go on Google, then I could run a speed test on Google. And I use this kind of for everything to double check things. And we'll use this on here now. So, see, now you can see on here, the numbers are a little bit different. And this came out at a 100.4. The speed test, the other speed test was on StarLink's website. Now, I'm not sure why they're different and stuff like that, but still, 100 is really awesome. I mean, I'll take it. And I can tell you right now, I've played video games with it. I've tried my phone. I've tried watching TV. Nothing slows down. Has unlimited data. It's pretty cool. Took 8 months to get it, but I finally got it. So we finally got some really good internet up here in the Northwoods, Upper Michigan, up here in the Yooper land. And I think it's a pretty cool system. Just had to wait for a long time. It was 8 months waiting for this thing to finally show up. And I had ordered a mount and an Ethernet cord and something on another cord or something like that. I actually don't need it. I kind of made my own custom mount, and it's working great. It's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna cancel those orders and then just reorder just the Ethernet adapter. That's all I need. But that stuff is saying it's not gonna ship till like March. So who knows when that'll show up. So there we go. We got some really good internet up here at the Yooper house, and finally. So I hope everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they watch this here video. And if you're not, you certainly try it all over again tomorrow. See you later. Would I recommend StarLink? Yeah, so far, pretty good. No buffering whatsoever on anything, and super fast. It's working great. It seems like it takes a long time to get. I don't know, but hey, I'm happy I finally got it. What can I say? See ya.